think outside the box, if you will. I mean, go there, go off campus. Let's think this through. And sure enough, that's where the Mustang was born. When it finally hit, it took the country by storm.
Hi everybody, and welcome to another edition of Cars in Context. I'm your host, John Clor. You know, this is the Motor City, and this is the show where we put cars into the context of your everyday life. You know, you can tell we're not at the War Memorial today, we're not at WMTV, but we are in Grosse Pointe. In fact, we're at Village Fest 2013, and as you can see behind me, there's obviously something going on with cars, and that's why we're here. Today, we're going to have a special little tour of the car show that's at Village Fest, and we're going to talk about why you should have your car down here as well, and I'm sure that you're going to find many, many reasons to get that classic out of the garage and come down here right on Kirchhoff Avenue between Cadju and Neff and join Village Fest. My special guest today, Joel Armitage, is the event chair. He's been running this car show now for 3 years. Joel, thanks.
3 years.
Welcome to Cars in Context.
Thanks for coming down. We appreciate it.
Oh, listen, we're really kind of excited. We remember when you first started adding cars to the Village Fest. Tell me about, first of all, Village Fest is a way, you know, after Labor Day, people are kind of depressed that summer's over, but this kind of rejuvenates the entire community. And then you guys, you and Mike Kramer here at Kramer's, decided, you know what, how could we spice up Village Fest? Whose idea was that?
It was an idea I brought to Mike about 3 years ago, and we kind of looked at it and said, you know, we've got so many cars in the Grosse Pointes. There's so many people that have all these classic cars, exotics, hot rods, a little bit of everything. And most of the time they sit in the garage. They might occasionally take them for a tour up Lakeshore and back, but let's give them an event. Let's give them something where they can bring the cars out, they can show them off, let their neighbors see them, and let everybody else enjoy them. So we came up with that idea, and it kind of blossomed. It's grown a little bit each year, and it's kind of evolved into what you see behind us.
Well, I tell you what, folks, you know darn well that, you know, after summer, after the Woodward Dream Cruise, the Harper Cruise, and you know the cruises are over, there gets a time when you're thinking, when is it time to put my car away? But I got to tell you, this is a great little venue. You're here, you have a chance to park your car, get out into the Grosse Pointes, meet with your neighbors, and then enjoy what the Village Fest has to offer.
And that's what it really comes down to, is it's not just the car show. We've got so much else going on with the art show, kids activities, all the restaurants here. You can come down, show your car off, go get something to eat. We've got Atwater with a great beer tent down at the back, so if you'd like a refreshment while you're here, and then obviously enjoy the other cars and hang out with some other gearheads. So.
You know, one thing we haven't really talked about is that Grosse Pointe is really a car-rich culture, and I really think this is a natural fit. I've seen shows up in Novi, Ponies on Panamint, and these other shows where they're multi-mark shows, but Grosse Pointe, it's really a fit. Joel, talk about a little bit of some of the, I mean, we have the Fords down the street, the Dodge brothers lived here. I mean, where else but Grosse Pointe have cars?
Exactly, and that's what we really tried to do. You know, we looked at a lot of other car shows. We didn't want to narrow it down into specific categories. It really is just if you're into cars, bring your car down. Exotics, hot rods, we've got a little mix of everything. We've got, you know, some older Jaguars and Alfa Romeos, all the way up to Acura NSXs and a brand new GT500 Mustang. So it really is a great mix of cars.
Now tell everybody, does it cost anything to get into our car show?
Absolutely not. It's free. You can either pre-register. We do send out, we put an ad in Cruising News advertising this year, and then we also send out and put it on the Village website. However, even if you didn't pre-register, we've had a lot of people come up today and say, hey, can I bring my car down? Absolutely. Go home, get it. We'll pull right up here, we'll get you signed up and get you a spot on the street.
Unlike a lot of shows, Joel, where you show up, you put your car in the show, this Village Fest show is a 2-day show. So if you can't make it, you've got something to do today, like our esteemed cameraman, Jeremy, you could come tomorrow.
You can come tomorrow, and we are giving away, like I said, it's a free-for-all. There's no specific categories, but we do a People's Choice Award. This year we had Haggerty Insurance step in and sponsor the People's Choice, so we got some great trophies that we're going to be giving away. And best part is, if you don't win today, you might win tomorrow.
That's excellent. Folks, you know, a lot of time you come to that show, you plunk down your cash, you're in a big old show where you think it's a good old boys network, and you're never going to get a chance to win. This is People's Choice. So if your car is here, it doesn't have to be the shiniest in the bunch. It's just got to capture the imagination of all the people walking up and down Kirchhoff. You got a good chance, don't you, Joel?
Absolutely, yeah. And we've also got some great sponsors that have been involved with us. Ray Latham's got the the great show behind us. We've got Les Stanford down the end. They're actually doing test drives down at the gas station down the end, taking people for rides.
Is that
So
cool?
if you've got some cars that you wanted to try out, go for a ride in. We've got that going on too. But it's really evolved into a great event, and it's just getting bigger each year. So.
You know, folks, you can tell in Grosse Pointe there is a car culture, and that's why Cars in Context is here today. What we're going to do is we're going to come right back after this. We're going to take Joel for a little walk, and we're going to give you that little sneak peek of the car show that you should be at. If not this year, then for sure next year. Joel,
Absolutely.
let's come back and take a little walk with you.
All right, sounds good.
We'll see you right after this. Okay, Joel, let's go see what we got here at the Village Fest Car Show 2013. You know, you said it was classics. It was everything from the tin era to one of my favorites, the muscle car era, a Camaro SS convertible. Doesn't get any better than that.
No, it doesn't. And if you look at it, they've really spent some time on these cars. These people are all very proud of what they've got. They're showing off what's going on under the hood.
You know,
really is cool
people
to
that
come
watch
see it.
Joel, people that watch television and watch 3D Diners, Dive-Ins, and Drives, they see Guy Fieri driving his red Camaro convertible. This even has the houndstooth check interior.
That's true.
Absolutely
Yep,
sweet
absolutely.
ride. Here's something you don't see every day: a Subaru. Remember the Bajas? This is a Subaru Scorpion.
Yep. And
I
this
have
is
not
the
seen
last
too
of the
many of these.
Bajas, the 2006.
This guy obviously is into his little Scorpion.
He does, and a lot of them really get into it. They've got the brochures up there. They've got, you know, all the original stickers, and really it is a little bit of a mix of everything. So, and that's,
So you
here we
import
see it.
guys, you can come out and bring your best import out here.
Absolutely.
Of course, what would a car show be without a classic Thunderbird? There's something about a red T-Bird with the wire rims. I mean, you get the wires on it with the big gangster white walls. I'm telling you, if that's not classic car, I don't know what it screams.
No.
Detroit.
Gorgeous car.
This
gorgeous.
thing is a beast. And of course, it's got the big 390 in there. A Buick LeSabre, you don't see too many Buick LeSabres, especially 60s era. The 60 with the big fins. One of the most classic fins in the world is the big Buick. Beautiful white interior. Joel, where did you find this one?
This is gorgeous. This is actually one of our pre-registrations. They found, saw the ad in Cruising News and came in and signed us up.
that
so.
paint almost looks candy apple.
It is a beautiful paint job.
Now here's another favorite from the 70s. Who doesn't look? It's got a monster motor in this beautiful.
This is actually one of our volunteers, Mike Cabot. He
Like some
brought
Monty?
it out. He's got three
Oh,
different cars, all three muscle cars. But you know,
wow.
you can see the detail and the time he spent. He pulled the motor on it, painted the firewall, all the interior there. Everything's been redone. He did tell me that he is looking to put some air conditioning in it because he does get a little warm.
Well, folks,
so.
with old muscle cars, you don't need air too much. You just roll the windows down and go fast, right, Joel?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What could a car show be without a classic Mercury? Slammed, Frenched. This thing is cool. It's chopped. The glass is down. Man, this is real. This is classic 50s. This is the way they rolled back in the 60s. I got to tell you, the paint is outstanding. What would you call this?
I would say it's a beautiful car, but probably a little bit of a nightmare to back up, as I noticed earlier when he was
I
backing
can't
it
see
into
out
the
that
spot.
window.
Not a whole lot of
But you know what? It's
visibility,
not
but
about
is-
that, Joel.
It's gorgeous
This is
stuff.
so
It is
cool.
It is
There's
a very
nothing
cool,
cooler
very
than that.
unique car. that we got
And
there.
I saw USA Today name the 1957 Ford Thunderbird the most beautiful American car ever designed. You know, you have to admit, this thing, and forget about, what was it, American Graffiti with the T-Bird?
I believe so, yep.
This thing, boy, this gunmetal gray is absolutely awesome.
And Bill's actually brought this back. Bill was the People's Choice winner for the first day of the show last year. So
Aha, he's
he
back
got
again.
He got a little upset with me on Sunday because I told him he couldn't win twice. So
Now, if you want modern and you want absolutely wild, this Camaro convertible is off the hook.
2011
Chromed.
Camaro.
It's wearing a chrome wrap.
Yep.
What size are these rims?
I do not know. I did talk to the owner. He said it used to be a Camaro. Now it's actually a Transformer in disguise. So, you know, that was
Absolutely.
the quote directly from the owner. So
I think if you saw this coming down the road, you would get out of the way. It's a chrome wrapped. It's got a Kenny Bell supercharger on it too, in case it wasn't fast enough for you.
Yep.
You know, the El Caminos and the Rancheros, this are a lost. You know, these kind of cars, Joel, may come back with fuel economy standards being what they are and the weight of trucks. What a cool old El Camino. This thing, the 80s style, this thing is really clean, kind of sinister looking. I bet she's got some power under the hood as well.
Oh yeah.
He's got some exhaust hitters, got running a 4-barrel with that. That's the way to rock. Yeah, I wouldn't run up against him. A little stealthy bird. Look at this thing, looks box stock. It's got the red lines. Wow, you look at this car. He's even got the sticker from the sticker in the window.
Indeed, he does.
Another, how original is that?
Car.
Again, now, in fact, we've got a couple of Alfa Romeos here today. This little Spider, let me tell you, these things were so popular. I think every college professor, it was a rule that if you were a college professor, you had to drive an Alfa.
Yep, and we've got the 83 Alpha over here, and I think we've got another 50-something Alpha.
Yeah,
we're
a
gonna look
50s
at
from
in a
Mr.
minute,
Constant.
so,
Yeah. No, are the police here from Arizona?
No, this is Ross. Ross has got this. He actually has a police dog that he brings with him. He didn't make it out today, but he does demonstrations. Normally he did it last year. It was a big hit. But yeah, he's got the sirens and the
Oh, yeah.
everything's still on it. I can testify to that one.
Too
So,
cool,
yeah,
too cool.
Very cool.
Buick Skylark, those things are wild. Look at that pulled back, it's kind of a canvas style, big sunroof.
And I was actually talking to Wilma. She just won this car in May in a raffle.
You're kidding.
No.
A Sun Coupe. You never see those. Now, the lettered series cars, the 300, look at the fins on this monster. These Chryslers are wild.
This is actually belongs to Mr. Krausman, and
Oh, okay.
this is the third year he's made it out. He was our first car that signed up the first year when we started it.
Absolutely
Jim's a
gorgeous.
friend of mine, and I talked to him about it, and he said, absolutely sign me up. So he
Look
brings
at
it
the
out every
paint,
year.
Joel. He's obviously doing
He does.
superior work.
And he actually just told me he just drove it, I believe it's to like Oregon or something and back.
Oh, you're kidding
So,
me.
yeah, he just took it on a long drive and brought it back. He said it did get a little warm. So.
Yeah. Now here's one of Rocket 88, an old Super 88, another beast from the 50s with the big gangster whites. The hard top look was a big seller back then. A 54 with the two-tone. This is classic Americana heritage show. You can't have enough. 50s cars will never not be cool.
No, and it's a great looking car, and the white walls I think really add to it. on it.
This has to be an award winner.
This
here.
is one of my personal favorites.
XK 140 Jag.
1957.
Oh,
Bruce is the owner. This is Bruce's second year. He tried to come out the first year, but the rain interfered a little bit. And then Bruce likes to make it out to the Battle of the Brits on the Sunday, so sometimes he can't make it out to that. So we're happy to have him again this year.
absolutely.
Happy
If you
to bring it
can't,
out.
if you don't see one of these up close, you just can't appreciate the fantastic. Look at the detail in the engine on that, all aluminum. It's all polished. This is a
gorgeous
remarkable
car.
car.
A gorgeous car.
Another stunner. And again, when you talk about hot rods, I really appreciate this Ford for one big reason. He put a Ford in their Ford. Most guys put a 350 Chevy small block in their 32 or 30s Ford. This guy's running a small block Ford. He's got a 32. It's a 3-window. Look at that thing. I mean, this thing is this classic.
And you've got to look at the attention to detail down there. I mean, everything under, even with this exposed engine, it's spotless down there. I mean, the guy's really done a good job of it. All the lines look good. All the, it's all chromed out. Beautiful.
Stunning,
beautiful car.
stunning street rod with the rumble seat, of course.
Indeed.
Fieros. This
Here's
car is a
little bit of
collectible
different-
classic.
It's actually got a
Oh,
North
my
Star
Lord.
V8 in this. So this
You've
is
got
a
to see
monster,
this, folks.
A monster Fiero.
It is not a 4-cylinder or a 6-cylinder. This is the big 32-valve North Star V8. What a swap. This is why this car is turned around backwards with its tail up.
And this is the biggest question: is how do you get that power down to the ground? Because that V8 in this light of a car
I
has
think
to be an
it would just be a
amazing
giant
amount of
pile
power.
of smoke.
Indeed,
Yeah,
indeed.
That's right. Well, let's go across over here. Wow, a 442 is cool enough, but a 442 convertible?
Yep.
Unbelievable. And look at how clean this Olds is. Oh my goodness.
He's actually, I believe, if I was reading this correctly, he's got a 455 in it, bored 30 over.
Oh my.
actually.
So it wasn't enough power.
No, he felt he needed a little bit more.
Look
so.
at that red too. That's serious. That is serious. Again, in the Grosse Pointes, British sports cars were always big. Where do you see any more TR6s? Come on.
This is actually one of my personal favorites. When I was about 10 years old, my dad gave me his Triumph TR4.
Oh, you had a TR4.
So,
okay.
seeing this TR6, it's great to see an example out here. I wish we could get a few more of them, maybe a Spitfire or something
Folks,
like that.
I know
out,
these
but-
Triumph, maybe an MG Midget.
Absolutely.
You guys, I've seen these running around the east side. Get it out of your garage and bring it to the Village Fest.
Absolutely.
A Ram Air Firebird. Lisa brought her car out. Thank goodness we've got a car gal here today.
And this is Lisa's third year here too. She's brought it out each year.
Her little
So enjoy
Formula
it. So-
convertible, she's obviously keeping it in fantastic shape. Of course, you can't have a car show without a Corvette.
Yep,
right?
absolutely.
A 64, man,
Beautiful
is this thing
example.
nice. Look at the shape this is in. Oh my goodness, with the side pipes. Oh, Joel, I'm telling you, this is sweet. Man.
David actually walked up this morning. He wasn't pre-registered, didn't know about the show. He came up to me about 8 o'clock and said, "Hey, can I bring my car down?" I said, "Absolutely." I never would have dreamed this is what we were going to
Oh,
get.
this
so.
is beautiful. All right, here's one of my favorites, I have to admit. The suicide doors on this 35 Ford. The interior on this 35 Ford. It's a touring sedan. Look, Joel, look at the room in this car.
This is a gorgeous car.
don't-
It's actually a funny story of how we ended up with this. They were registered for
Over the back.
tomorrow.
Oh, okay, tomorrow.
They were going up to, I believe it was down to Toledo this morning,
Mm-hmm.
and their hybrid, their other car, died on them.
The hybrid died?
So they said they managed to get the hybrid home, and instead they said, "Well, let's take this car. It's still running." So they came out today as well. So.
Oh, that's a great story. The room in this 35 Ford, you can see, and look at the condition of this car. What an absolute stunner. A deluxe touring sedan. Man, there's nothing cooler than an old Ford. And
Speaking
can't have a
of-
car
yeah,
show
speaking
without a
of old
Mustang.
Fords, there you go.
A classic Mustang with, it's got the pony package. Oh, is this thing gorgeous. Oh man. Yes, and of course it's got the bucket seats with the stick shift on the floor.
Great looking
You gotta
interior.
have
Yep.
this,
The
and
full
there's nothing
package.
like that. That Ford blue on this is so sweet. Now we got a Super Sport. It's one thing to see a big Chevy out there, but to get a Super Sport coming out, a 396 big block.
Yep.
Oh, come on. Oh, this is great. 65 SS, folks. And man, are they, now look at the room in this car too, but on the big car, to have the buckets, look at, you have the clock down on the console and the tack. This is the way to rock. You know, this was muscle car style, big car style, Detroit
A
roll.
lot of power and a lot of cars.
Oh,
So,
my
yep.
God. And another beautiful Oldsmobile. Oh my! You know these cars, Joel, that had so much torque. People thought they would come up against a big Oldsmobile. It would be easy. The torque that these things makes are amazing.
Oh, I bet.
It's an amazing show. Look, beautiful. Look at that interior. Of course, he's got red lines on Kragers. Come on, nothing's cooler than that. Now, is this a Hemmings car? It's a 120. Oh, come on!
And this is actually a rally car. He takes it all over
No
the country
way.
to go do rallies with it.
Wow.
If you can look on the side of the car here, you can see all these different events that he
So
goes and
he's-
does with us. He definitely drives the thing. This is no trailer
She's
queen
not
or
a trailer
garage
queen.
car,
Oh my
so.
goodness, what a sweetheart! You never see these on the road. I would definitely take it out, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What a sweetheart! Oh, now of course,
Yep. The
you know.
Woody.
Now the rumor is that Woody Wagons. We're in the middle of a show, but we will. The Woody Wagons. I'm telling you. Now a lot of people don't realize that Ford Motor Company dragged a lot of those wonderful trees out of the Upper Peninsula. These were actually, this is a Michigan. Most of this wood was Michigan and Minnesota.
So
Yeah.
I'm learning something. There we
These
go.
were all
Great.
taken to, these came to us and up in Iron Mountain, see?
There we go.
That when you talk about a Michigan car, the Woody Wagons, this is just stunning. And the surfboard, you got to have the surfboard in them.
Absolutely.
You know, these were great for families back when they were built, but the 60s era with the beatnik guys, the guys out in California turned these into a cult classic. I love the Surfer Aerial. That is too cool. Another sweet ride. Wow, how can you get such great cars, a super deluxe at the car show?
Yep.
A Dodge Charger. Now, was this guy chasing Steve McQueen?
That's the man here.
This is beautiful. This is a 68 Dodge
68
Charger.
Charger, yep.
Looks very much like the sinister one that was in the Steve McQueen movie. This, you know, personal favorites. If you get a Charger, these fastback Chargers are the wildest. I think
It's a
you get a
beautiful
Hemi in one of
car.
these. Yeah, look at
Yep.
these. Got the rally wheels. Super sweet. Very sinister. Very angry car. Oh, now, who has ever heard of a bidder?
And you know, Dick's got a few cars. He brought this one out this year. He kind of called me and said, "Hey, I've got
And you-
a
when you-
bitter CD." I said, "To be
bitter
honest with you, I've
CD.
never heard of that. What's that?" Brought it out. Great example and something you really don't see a lot of. So
You could go to 100, 200 car shows and never even see a bidder. Don't know what a bidder is. I mean, this is a true collector that brings his car out like that.
I'd say the two most out there cars that we have. This is probably up there. The other one being a Di Tommaso Mangusta that we've
Mangusta.
had for the past 2 years. He should be here tomorrow.
This
so.
is an absolute stunner. Another winner. Here we go. Here we go. Again, when you get to a point of loving your
68
big
Biscayne.
Chevys, a Biscayne. This is, to me, the street sleepers. You remember they did the chrome reverse to put the dog dish hubcaps in, you know? So you might think you're just dealing with a six-cylinder, 3-on-the-tree Biscayne, but guess what? Under the hood, it's all muscle.
It is.
And these cars, as big as they are, a 327 will get these cars rocking down the road really fast. And obviously, he's gone a little bit further than that.
He has, and done a great job at it by the looks of it. Very clean under the hood. So.
Back in Woodward Avenue days, the sleepers were the ones to watch.
And here we have one of my other favorites, a '69 Shelby GT500.
Folks, this is the real deal. It's a real Shelby. These cars are super rare and super collectible. Carroll just passed away last year,
Indeed.
but his cars are living stronger than ever. His name is legendary in the world of racing.
Absolutely.
And Carroll was kind of the only reason that America was able to beat the Europeans in Le Mans racing when he and his GT40 program and Holman and Moody went out in 1966 and won the Le Mans 1, 2, 3 for Ford Motor Company. a wonderful, the Shelby Mustangs will never go out of style.
No,
And speaking of the ones
absolutely
that
not.
started it all, that kind of finished it. 70 was the last year of the Shelbys. That's a 69. This is the 65. This is what set the world on fire.
The GT350.
These little GT350s. You know, when the Mustang came out, these cars went racing and they won in Sedan B right off the top and gave Mustang instant street cred. And I remember when, by 66, when they were having rent-a racers, businessmen would want to rent one of these cars out of Hertz. Can you imagine? You think you want a race car until you drive them. They're loud, they're raucous, and they're beastly.
But I tell you what, if I showed up to a rental company and gave me one of those, I definitely would not complain. So
Now here's Mr. Constance Alfa Romeo. This is a 59 Alfa?
yep,
And
and
it's
he
a-
drives it everywhere constantly.
Can you
It's
imagine
not a
seeing-
garage car. You can see, he definitely drives it. He gets out and about in it and still takes great care of it.
I was talking to Brad, and he said that Harry bought this car new. Unbelievable.
Yep, original owner.
Original owner of a Giulietta Spider, and to see a 59 like this, it's not a museum piece. It's out here, right here on Courchevel Avenue.
Yep. It is.
Now here's one of your favorites,
Yep.
Plum Crazy Purple. That's what I love about the 70s.
Yep. 1970 Cuda.
Oh, and a Cuda convertible in Plum Crazy with a white interior. It didn't get any sweeter than that. And this thing, let me tell you what, a 340, that'll rock and roll in this little convertible.
Mm-hmm.
This is really sweet. And of course, right next to it, this is the latest era. Now, this is an
we go.
07?
This is a
07, beautiful.
John?
I am.
Hi,
Thank
I'm
you.
Russ. John,
Russ,
nice
hi,
to meet
Russ.
you. This is my car.
You know, this, when I was with SVT, I worked with SVT for a while doing marketing, and I'll tell you what, seeing the 06 Shelby Mustang Cobra coming out as the 07 Shelby, these cars really rejuvenated the Mustang world. And when you see what these cars will never be uncool, you see where its heritage came from.
Absolutely.
And they're the real deal. I mean, that's all muscle.
an amazing amount of power and a beautiful car.
And I'm
So,
telling you, we really appreciate seeing that at the show. And we got, now I'll tell you what, you see another one of the
Another
B-body
Cuda.
convertibles are so rare. I mean, you got two of them at the show.
Yep, and this actually belongs to Bob Lease. Bob's actually he's one of the original Ram Chargers. He was part of that project. He's actually brought a Ram Charger over there, but this is his other car that he comes down. This is how he gets down here. So
A 383 in a little car like this.
It's
Come
a-
on, Joel.
a beautiful car.
Now,
And
could we take a look at that old Ram Charger?
absolutely, if we talk
All
to
right.
him nice, he
Well,
might actually let us start it
Let's
up.
go
So,
take a look at this. Oh boy, would that be
It
crazy.
is quite loud.
Now, folks, if you haven't been growing up in Detroit, going to Motor City Dragway or Detroit Dragway, and remember seeing the Ram Charger's drag car out there, you weren't living right. Because I was just a youngster, but my brother would drag me around. This is the real deal. Look at this race car. Look at this. Ram Chargers, folks, was all along the east side. If you did any drag racing in the late 50s, all the 60s, right up to the mid 70s, Ram Chargers is where you went for your parts. These guys, Gratiot Auto Supply and Ram Chargers, these were the two. They look at Ram Chargers Detroit.
And
He's
this
got the
is
59 plate on.
Actually, something that Bob's done out of his own pocket. He built it up himself. It was not one of the originals, but he got a hold of one, built it up.
Okay.
And I mean, if you hear this thing start, there's nowhere in the village you wouldn't be able to hear it.
Oh my goodness. The drag slicks on the back. This is classic drag racing from the day one. I mean, look at this car. Look at, this is, make it as light as possible, strip out everything you can. All motor. He's running a monster Hemi. Oh, it looks like, oh my goodness, that's a very early Hemi, probably a 392? Look at the tunnel ram that he built himself. A tunnel ram manifold, 2 4-barrel carburetors. Look at these headers. Trumpets, they call them.
Yes, and they do exactly that.
I wonder if we could talk him into getting a ticket
Yeah.
and starting this up.
Hey,
Folks,
you
this is what performance in Detroit is all about. If you were back in the 60s and watching these cars run, watching that's why I went to the drag strip. Come home late, got in a little trouble, hanging with my older brother a little bit too long. But this is what we came to see. These cars were riot. I bet you he could pull the wheels on the ground with this kind of power. He's got straight axle. Oh my goodness. This is the way to rock. And yeah, Hemi powered. What could be cooler than that? Well, folks, you've seen a little taste of what you can see at the Village Car Show here at 2013. Tomorrow, the cool thing about this show, it changes. Tomorrow, there'll be other people here. You'll see other cars. So you got to come to the Village Show both days, right, Joel?
Yep, we do. And actually, Bob's agreed he's going to start it up.
Bob
for
is
us
going to
real
start it up,
quick.
folks?
He is gonna start it
Okay,
up for
well,
us
we're
real
going to stand back. Bob, I'm John Clor with Cars in Context on WMTV in Grosse Pointe. Really appreciate you blasting everybody's ears for us just for a second for our TV show.
Sure.
Okay.
We'd love to.
That thing is really wild. Okay, folks, I'm just going to warn you, this won't be quiet.
Nothing quiet about it. Nope.
If the big gangsters on it, like big old drag slicks on it, he had to turn it on. Unbelievable.
How's everything?
Good, man. This show is going to really, this is going to be the complete way to put the exclamation
Absolutely. Yep, this will be a great finish for you. So.
You see, now you had to turn on, the folks, you had to turn on the fuel. If you notice, stepping around back, you see the filter now.
A little bit of starter fluid. Yep.
You got to get, look at, he's spraying it there, folks, inside.
Hooked on ether.
It's hooked, it's hooked on ether. So he's got a little bit of alcohol. And this, look, he's got the factory race team sticker. That sticker, Joel, is collectible. You can't get the factory, those were, if you bought parts from Ram Chargers back in the day, that's what you'd get, one of those bumper stickers. You buy some brace parts. Look at, okay, here it goes, folks. Be ready, brace yourselves. Oh, gotta make sure, he's got to make sure he's got fuel coming to it. Yeah, he's,
That helps.
Now you can hear those electric fuel pumps going. This is gonna be wild. Here we go. It's gonna be, you've never heard a full race Hemi like this. Those are trumpet exhausts. Here we go. Okay. It'll do. Wow. That is one angry Hemi. Thank you so much. That was delicious. Loved it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Bob.
Okay, Joe. Well, thanks, folks. Well, that's about does it for our show here today. I hope you guys have now inspired yourself enough to come down to the Village Fest next year, or maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring your car down, get it out of those garages in Grosse Pointe. Anything on the east side, come on, make sure you send in your application. Get down there, or maybe just roll up.
Just bring it on up and we'll get you signed up. No pre-registration required and no fee to come.
Best thing about that, and then when you're done with showing your car, you can walk up and down here in Village Fest. There's restaurants, there's crafts, there's all kinds of wonderful things to do. Folks, Village Fest 2013 was the place to be. Hope you were there. If not, we'll definitely see you here next year.
Absolutely.
Joel, thanks for your time today.
Thanks for coming out.
Thanks
We
for
really
joining
appreciate
Cars in
it.
Context, folks, and thank you for joining us. Remember again, knowledge is power. I'm your host, John Clor. Until next time, thanks for watching.